Hey, welcome to the Occasional Beard for July 18th, 2022. So, praying people, Let me just praying people. Lend me your ears for a minute. Um, this is a big week, and I would appreciate all the prayers I can get. So this is the week that I most likely should be going for an interview for a job. I actually went on an interview last week, but it was very kind of preliminary, and it was for a lead pastor position, if you can believe that. But this is I don't think they were interested, and I'm okay with that. I understand that, but the interview I'm going for this week, a position closes this week that I applied for the very first day, which is at a church called Stone Ridge Fellowship in Lower Sackville, just above Halifax. And this job, when I read the description, literally made me jump out of my skin, because it's exactly what I want to do. It's being an associate next generation pastor, and that basically means youth and young adults. So I'm in charge. I would be in charge of the youth program for junior high, senior high, and for the young adults fellowship program for people aged 18 to 30, basically in that range. Which is amazing in some ways, because if I go to a church, if I get hired at a church and they don't have a young adults program, I'm going to have to make one anyways, because my daughters are both young adults. They're not teenagers anymore. Well, Zion's 18, but when you're 18, you graduate high school, you're not part of the youth anymore. You're part of the young adults. So I'm going to have to do that anyways. So in Stone Ridge Fellowship is a church of about 300, maybe 400, including all the people that watch online. And they have a decent sized youth group, like 50 plus, and like 25 to 35 young adults. And I've gone over every inch I can of the job description, their website, everything. I've talked to the lead pastor. He sounds like a great guy. One of the things he talks about, and he does a little video about what you'd be doing. And one of the things he's talks about, the fact that you'd get to work closely with him and like kind of be mentored by him. And oh man, I would love that. It just to have like this pastor's name is Dave Adams, and he seems just like the kind of guy I would love just to sit down and talk with a lot, and be able to have him help guide me through some of the things that I don't know as well, and speak into my ministry and build it up with him. And so I go this week for an interview. I've already talked to Dave, Pastor Dave, and kind of gave him a very brief, hey, this is me. I went back to school. God's called me to be youth pastor in Nova Scotia talk. And this is the week. It closes this week, and I was told by him that that's when the interviews are starting, and I should be among the initial interviews, I'm guessing, since I literally applied a couple hours after it posted 2 Wednesdays ago. So this is the job. Now, God also got me talking, got me thinking. I've been praying a ton. I've been doing a lot of praying, and God kind of just said, this is it. Like, this is the job, but also, if this isn't the job, you're going to Nova Scotia. Sorry, if you're going to Nova Scotia anyways. And so yeah, where we're living, my landlord would like to sell the house, and he's been very gracious and kind with us about it. And so I told him the last possible day we'll be in Ontario is August the 14th. So if this process takes a long time to get hired, we'll be moving and buying a small house down in Nova Scotia. If this process is fast, then we'll be going for a mortgage and doing the traditional thing. But or if I'm told no, if this isn't where God wants me, I want this desperately to be where God wants me to go, but I desperately even more want to go where God wants me to go. And like, I've been praying, and he's been filling me with like urges to pray more and pray over the youth and the church at Stone Ridge, which I think is a great sign, but I'm also trusting him that if that's not where I'm supposed to be, there'll be somewhere I am supposed to be. Maybe that's a while from now, I don't know, but we're moving to Nova Scotia come the latest August 14th. We could be moving sooner than that. We could be out of here in 2 weeks, for all I know. But it's the 18th now, so less than a month I'll be in Nova Scotia, either as a youth pastor or about to be a youth pastor or looking for a job to support myself until I can become a youth pastor. But so saying all that, praying people, pray, please. Pray that I get the job. Pray for Stone Ridge Fellowship. But most important, pray God's will be done. Pray that I'm going to go where He wants me to go, and pray for my family, because we're moving to Nova Scotia, and which means I'm quitting my job this week. I don't know if people connect that. I'm quitting my job this week. I don't have a job yet, but I'm quitting my job. And if I don't get the job at Stone Ridge Fellowship, I'm moving down to Nova Scotia and gonna wait and see what God has for me on this wickedly amazing adventure He's got me on. And that would have freaked me out massively a couple years ago, but right now I'm just like, I want to go where You want me to go, God. And I've clearly been told, go to Nova Scotia. So we're going to Halifax area, regardless if I get the job or not. But I really want the job. Everything about this job is exactly what I want to do. It's exactly what I've been training for. Even the fact that as young adults, the fact that I'm 47, I have tons of life experience to be able to speak into young adults' lives, where if you're youth pastor is 21, there's nothing wrong with being youth pastor is 21. But it's hard to speak to a 28-year-old as a 21-year-old and give them advice and lead them. It's not easy. So I'm 47. I've gone through, God's prepared me exactly for this position in my opinion. Everything I've done has led up to this. It's in my heart that this is where I'm supposed to be, but I want to go where God wants me to go. If that isn't Stone Ridge, then I'll go somewhere else. I'll go wherever God wants me to go, but I feel like it's Stone Ridge, and I've been praying over this church, and I've been praying over my family, and just I want to go where God wants me to go. So if you're still in the video, thank you for following me on this journey. Please be praying for my family and me as we're going to Nova Scotia regardless. And yeah, you have an awesome day. God bless, and I will update you as soon as I have an update to give you. God bless. Thanks for everything.